Here we are into week 7 already. This week is all about your course project. You'll notice your module introduction, module overview, and course resources are all about this project. It's because this is an important project. This assignment is worth 250 points. Now, there's no template for this assignment, but I suggest that you use headings so that you can be certain that you're answering all of the questions. I attached an example of how you can set up your course project in the Week 7 FAQ, as well as to the 7-1 announcement that will be posted on Tuesday. It's important to keep yourself organized so that you are sure that you are answering every question. It also allows me to see your level of understanding of a topic and that you've linked the correct things together. This does not need to be an APA format, so the example that I provided is not an APA format either. You are not required to use any outside resources for this assignment. You'll notice that there are 3 parts, and each of those parts has several sections. Again, this is why using headers of some sort may be helpful. There are a total of 12 sections in this assignment. You will need to answer the numbered questions 1 through 12. The questions that follow, with the A and the B, are there to help you if you can't think of how to answer the numbered questions. So let's talk about what's required for each section of your assignment. Part 1 is the advertisement analysis. This part has 4 different sections. Make sure you are answering all 4 of these questions. In the first section, you are going to discuss how individuals and groups are represented in the advertisements. For example, what objective observations were made? This came from your 2-2 and 3-2 assignments. This could be things like the doll was wearing a pink dress, or the man was wearing a brown coat. You can also choose to talk about the objective actions, like the man was driving a truck, or the group was dancing. Another topic you can discuss in this section is who you think the audience is for the ads. You talked about this in the 2-1 discussion. In the 4-2 assignment, you discussed underlying messages the ads may be sending, and this can be discussed in this section as well. In section 2, you are going to be discussing the stereotyped group behavior in the advertisements. This was from your 3-2 assignment. What are the ads saying about the behavior of the groups represented in them? For example, is it saying that all women are careless? Is it saying that all men are looking for an adventure? You could also choose to talk about what underlying messages the ads are sending about group behaviors in them, and the audiences they assume will be consuming the product. For example, is it saying that a particular group of people is being treated poorly? Is it saying that a particular group of people is superior or inferior to others? If they're aiming at a particular audience, are they trying to say anything particular about that audience, that group of people? In the third section, you are going to talk about how cultures are represented in the ad. Did you see any cultural stereotypes? Did the ads represent a particular culture? If so, how? Did you see any hidden or underlying messages about cultures in the ads? For example, did it show support for a particular culture or put down a particular culture? You can look at your 3-2 assignment for some of this. In the 4th and final section of this assignment, you're going to be talking about how ethical issues and/or social science developments impact advertising. This is not about they made this ad and got more money, or it made more people buy the product. Look deeper. Does the ad confirm any biases? Does it support any particular social movement? Is there a particular development, this was in Module 4, that you can link to the ads and how someone may examine the ads? We talked about this in your Week 4 discussion board assignment. Why may it be important for the advertisers and companies to be as inclusive and unbiased as possible? What might happen if they weren't? What ethics should they follow? Ethics, by the way, is Module 5. Part 2 of this assignment is social science questions. Let's start by saying that this is less about finding answers and more about exploring how asking questions can be important and beneficial. This part of your assignment has 3 sections. The numbering here picks up where part 1 left off, so the first section in part 2 is 5. In section 5, you are going to be providing a finalized social science research question. You worked on building your question in the 4-2 assignment, and you finalized it in the 5-2 assignment. All you need to do in this section is provide your revised question. If you were told that your question was good and that you could continue to work with it, you can simply copy that question here. If you were asked to make revisions, this should be a revised question. If you're still struggling with creating a question, please reach out to me so I can help you with this. For section 6, you are going to discuss how you used a social science perspective to develop your research question. You discussed this in the 4-2 assignment. As a refresher, our main perspectives are psychology, sociology, and anthropology. You can revisit Module 1 if you're not sure what those perspectives are. How did one of these perspectives, or one of the concepts we talked about, just a few examples include bias, stereotypes, halo effect, ethics, etc., play a role in the question that you wrote? The last section in this part is section 7. For this, you are going to be talking about one major development that may have influenced your research question. If you're looking for a list of the developments, that was in the Module 4 resources. You took a look at developments in your 4-1 discussion assignment. Part 3, reflection. This is the longest part of your assignment with 5 sections. It starts with section 8 and ends with section 12. In this section, you are going to be focused on how you can apply what you've learned. In section 8, you are going to be talking about your assumptions, beliefs, and/or values that influence the way you analyzed your advertisements. You talked about this in your 3-2 assignment. Some things you can talk about include how did your frame of reference, your personal experiences in life, impact how you viewed these ads? How did your own personal assumptions, beliefs, and/or biases impact how you viewed the ads or the people in the ads? Did you pick certain ads because of your own assumptions, beliefs, and/or biases? How did you think people who have a different set of assumptions, beliefs, and/or biases may view the ads differently? For the next section, section 9, you are going to be talking about how social science perspectives or approaches could be used to process information. Is there anything that you can use to help you get a better understanding of the world around you? Maybe a little better understanding of advertisements? Maybe there's something that you can see helping you to create social change. In section 10, you are going to be discussing how looking at the world from a social science perspective can impact your personal life. What did you learn that you can use in your own life and in the world around you? Is there something you learned that you can use in your life? Maybe you found a way to use some of what you've learned to help you with interactions with relatives. Maybe you found a way to use what you've learned to help you interact with people at work. For section 11, you're going to talk about how understanding the social sciences may impact community relationships. Could you use this to help with something in your community? Think back to your Module 6 discussion board assignment. Is there some issue in your community that you could use your understanding of the social sciences to help with? In your final section, section 12, you are going to talk about how being more informed about the social sciences may help you understand global contemporary issues. Think about some issues happening around the world. How do you think that having an understanding of the social sciences can be beneficial? Is it just about being able to understand both sides? Is it about having an idea of how to support a cause? It would be great if you could identify a specific global contemporary issue in this section and use that to build your ideas. Those are your 12 sections of this assignment. For the ones that you are taking from previous assignments, You can copy and paste it in, and then I suggest adding a little bit more of additional information, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. So the attached visual aid can be downloaded and used as a template if you'd like. It has all the headings for the parts and numbers for each section, as well as some additional information about what belongs in each section. For this assignment, there is both a meets expectations and an exemplary. Reaching exemplary is about going a little bit above and beyond the minimum requirements. While a single sentence may completely answer a section, the extra details you provide in additional sentences may help boost your score to that exemplary. Your question still just needs to be that single sentence that is your question. I always talk about assignments in this video, so your one assignment for this week is your 7-1 project that is due by 11:59 p.m. in your time zone on Sunday. If you have any questions as you work on this assignment, please reach out. You can post your questions to the General Questions Discussion Board or email me at r.enco@snhu.edu. And I just want to give you a reminder. I know you can do this. You've got this.